Οκ. Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Γεια σας αγαπημένοι φίλοι. Είμαι ο Παντελής και αυτό είναι ένα μικρό βιντεάκι γνωριμίας με την πολύ αγαπημένη μου φίλη Χριστίνα από το Βέλγιο. So welcome, hello to everyone. I'm Pandelis and I'm here with my soul friend Christina from Belgium. And we are coming to you through this video to share everything about the second Greek goddess celebration. This time we are going to celebrate Mother of Peace. And hello, Christina.
Hi, Pandelis. Wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let me start with something very supportive and emotional for me. Christina, 2 years ago, she also participated in our first Greek goddess celebration. And before the Greek goddess celebration, she gave me this card with a message.
It's true, you still have it.
Of course, I have it in my altar as a supportive portal of love and friendship. And I will only read the first sentence. So, my dear friend, here we are on the eve of the first Greek goddess celebration in recent history. And here we are again, Christina, after 2 years to organize the second Greek goddess celebration. And this celebration is all about peace. But before we are going to learn more about this event, I would like you to share with us some things about you. First of all, who you are. Tell us some things about you.
Here we are again, yes. I'm very happy to be part of this again with you. It's been really a meeting of souls, what happened in Crete a couple of years ago. And you have made my life better. So it's an honor to be with you in Athens and to be part of the second Greek goddess celebration. I'm like any human being, many things. It's very hard to put people in boxes because we belong to many different aspects of humanity, right? I'm a sociologist. This is the first thing that I would say defines me, because everything that I do in my priestessing work, and I guess we'll talk about it also a bit, has to do with the social lens through which I look at things. I'm a priestess of goddess. I have been trained in Avalon in Glastonbury, and I'm a member of the Order of Druids of the British Isles as a storyteller priestess. So my mission in the goddess world is to tell her stories, to collect them, to revive them, and to tell them so people will not forget her stories. But everything that I do in my priestess work has to do with this social lens. As a sociologist and a social researcher, I'm looking at everything that is happening, including in the spiritual world, in the religious world, through the perspective of what is the impact on society, what is the impact on women, what is the impact on people, on members of a community. And this is how I define myself. But of course, there are many other things. I'm also a theologian in training. I'm studying theology and religious studies to have more interreligious dialogue, because I believe we need to create that space of dialogue, and we need to create this conversation. And building bubbles that are impermeable doesn't help, because we end up in a world that is polarized or that is full of hatred first, and this doesn't help anyone, nor individually, not individually, nor socially. So this is the
I
work
can't
that
wait to see. I can't wait to see your work on this topic.
yeah, I can't wait to see it myself, because usually, you design something and then based on the energy of the place and the people and something completely different comes up,
Hmm.
what the group needs to experience. So you and me both, my friend.
So, well, this is a Q&A video session, let's say, video meeting with Christina. So we will follow some more questions. Well, Christina, when the word peace is coming your way, how do you feel? What peace means for you?
Yeah, it's a very painful moment to talk about that, because
Mm.
we're in the middle of a lot of conflicts, individual conflicts within ourselves, and social conflicts, and gender conflicts. And so peace is something that everybody needs, but nobody knows how to approach it. So the way I look at it, what we need first and foremost is peace within ourselves and enough openness to start dialogue with the people we're most afraid of, or with people where we feel we're most different from, or with people who we have been taught to hate. And when we create that space of conversation, this is where peace starts to be generated. And when we generate peace in these spaces of empathy, then this creates ripples. So I think, of course, we're looking at everything that is happening around the world, but very close to Greece. Let's look at that first. Everything that's happening in Ukraine, everything that's happening in the Gaza Strip, and we know that the world needs peace. But to get to that peace, we first need to learn to talk to each other, because it's very easy to create conflict and to hate people you don't know. The moment you start to know them, peace finds her way to get in.
What you're sharing with us is so important, and I totally believe the same thing. And I believe, and I'm sure that you believe the same thing, that if we want to bring peace in this world, first we need to bring peace in ourselves, in our smallest communities, in our families, in our villages, in our cities, in our countries. And this is the way how the wave of peace can spread the next years. Wow. Now I can't wait to have you in the May, the goddess.
But also, it's not easy. So the fact that we first need to start with ourselves doesn't make it easy. It's probably um, just as hard, because if we would have had peace and empathy with ourselves first, and compassion for ourselves and for who we are, the world would not be in such a bad place as it is. So this doesn't make it easy.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the next question. As I told you, this is a Q&A video meeting. Why did you accept to participate to this pre-contest celebration this year?
Do you want the honest question or the elegant political answer?
I want the honest one. I don't like the other way.
The honest answer is that whatever you would do, my friend, if you propose it to me, I would say yes. I think it's so magical and it's so meaningful what you do. And of course, when I say you, I mean you and your entire group and your community and your tribe. It's so powerful what you're doing in Greece, in Athens, but also connecting with other people around the world and building networks, and you're so good at that. This generates love. And I want to be part of that love. I like it. It feels very nice. So I think that the reason why I said yes is, first of all, personal. I want to be in your aura. It feels very healing. So that's the first and very honest answer. And of course, the social answer is, I think it's a very important moment. It's a moment when we need to get together and to heal each other and to continue to create that ecosystem. And I want to be part of what you're building. And I'm sure that you will say that we co-create. It's not just you. Yes, I know. But I think everybody who will feel the calling to be there with you in Athens is because they feel they have something to bring that will contribute to this very meaningful mission. And also, I'm sure everybody who will feel the calling wants a bit of that healing and that love. We all need it. It's not only giving; it's always an exchange. So I'm very much looking forward to receiving the shower of love myself.
Oh, I'm so glad, and thank you for what you said. Um, you know what? I'm going to share also why I propose you to come.
Ah, yes, please do that. Yeah. Why?
In the,
Why?
God, because it's you. I mean, for the same reasons. For the same reasons. You know, when we have this connection, this soul connection from the first moment that we met each other in Crete Island 3 years ago, and from that moment, I have you in my heart. You are in my spiritual family, and for me, when I'm saying spiritual family, I'm, you know, in my spiritual family, there are some a few, but very important people that I totally trust, and I feel that we have, you know, we are walking the same path, but at the same time, we have our, you know, um, our energy, our identity. And in this way, we help each other to grow, we help each other to learn, we help each other to see different things in this path of life. And also, because with you, I feel safe and I feel peace. And I can see it, and I can feel that you are this kind of person who is so open to work with others. You are humble. Your ego is smaller than your heart. Your heart is bigger than your ego. And of course, I don't want to demonize ego. You know what I mean.
Ego is very good. We need it to stay
Yes, we
alive.
need ego. Yeah, yeah. It's a perfect teacher for us. But when I'm saying right now, when I'm saying ego, I'm talking about, you know, that glamorous diva ego. We don't have this kind of ego. And I know I saw that you are this person, this kind of person who you are so strong to hold space in this circle of humanity, of unity. I believe that you are part of the unity that we need in this world, and you are not afraid to hold the palms of your brothers and sisters and to say, okay, now we're gonna do it. Let's work together. Let's create the world that we need. And I love that. This is exactly the spirit that I am looking into the persons that I met in my life. I'm gonna translate in English this part because for me it's important for the Greek people
While
to.
while you give me a moment to recover after this emotional shower. Yeah.
Okay, over. Λοιπόν, παιδιά, εγώ την Χριστίνα τη γνώρισα πριν 3 χρόνια στην Κρήτη και αμέσως με το που είδαμε ο ένας τον άλλον, αναγνωριστήκαμε. Η Χριστίνα είναι ένας άνθρωπος που πραγματικά έρχεται και συμπληρώνει αυτή τη νέα γενιά που λέει είμαστε εδώ ενωμένοι να φέρουμε την αλλαγή. Και πραγματικά ο λόγος που την κάλεσα και στο πρώτο celebration και στην πρώτη γιορτή, αλλά και στη δεύτερη γιορτή που θα γίνει τώρα, το 25, το Μάιο του 25, είναι επειδή πραγματικά έχει μια μεγάλη καρδιά. Η καρδιά της είναι μεγαλύτερη από τον εγωισμό της. Και αυτό που λέγαμε τώρα μεταξύ μας είναι ότι δεν μιλάμε για τον εγωισμό της στίβας ή του ψώνιου, το κακό εγωισμό. Μιλάμε για τον εγωισμό. Μάλλον αναφέρουμε τώρα σε αυτό το παράδειγμα, συγκρίνοντάς το με την καρδιά της, ότι είναι μεγαλύτερη από τον κακό εγωισμό. Ο καλός εγωισμός είναι σημαντικός. Και γι' αυτόν τον λόγο θέλω πάρα πολύ να είναι εδώ για να μας πει, να μας προσφέρει αυτό που να μας προσφέρει. So, Christina, what do you share with us in Greek Goddess celebration? Yeah.
I will share what I love most, which is stories. And I find there's a lot of healing in storytelling. I find that there is, of course, a lot of truth and very powerful, deep lessons. And there's a lot of connection with the ancient history of Goddess and different facets of Goddess. Most importantly, there is a lot of personal need that people find when they listen to a story, when they experience a story. So we will do a storytelling circle, or maybe more.
Yeah.
You never know.
Would you like to share with us about this healing method? I mean, how a storytelling can heal someone?
There are two ways that I think that stories have a deep impact on ourselves. First of all, stories are not just tales. They're not just something that you read in a book when you're a child, and that's what stories are. Stories in most of the cultures of the world are remains of very ancient religions. They're remains of magical chants. They're remains of spells and songs and very powerful words of wisdom. And they have been transmitted through generations, and they have become a cultural inheritance under the shape of fairy tales. But most of them are the very ancient wisdom of our predecessors. And we are so connected around the world that sometimes it happens to me that I listen to a story from Australia or pre-Columbian Peru or sub-Saharan Africa, and I feel like my heart stirs a little. Almost like my heart recognizes those archetypes and those symbols and those myths and those narratives. And this shows that the world is actually an ecosystem and that an archetype is powerful everywhere around the world. And once your soul recognizes that, this is the first awakening, to step onto a journey that will lead you to heal. So this is why I say that there are two ways through which stories heal. First of all, they help us connect with those ancient lineages and not let go. And this is so important nowadays, talking about peace, because this is how we create cohesion and solidarity, knowing where we come from and knowing that we have deep roots. And when we find them again, we're not so lonely anymore. There's a crisis of loneliness in the world. And when we remember, then this is already a path to heal. So that's the first method through which stories heal, connecting us with that deep well of wisdom of the past. And the second one is, I feel like we all individually have a story that is our personal story. And sometimes it takes a lifetime until you recognize it. Sometimes you know it since you're a child. You know, I don't know if it has ever happened to you, but we will have the chance to work with that when we get together. That you listen to a story or you read a story and you feel like it tells the tale of your life.
It happens to me every time. Every time.
The healing power of stories to connect with those deep wishes or aspirations or traumas sometimes that we bear within our soul. And when you embody that story and you experience it, then you can let it go. And or you can change, or you can live it in the way you want to live your journey and your hero's narrative. So yes, stories are very experience.
Yeah, I believe that for me, stories are so powerful. They can transform you, and they can also, personally, I can find strength through the stories. Even, theater and movies and cartoon, how I love cartoon. And I told you about how many times I received these healing and messages and this push that I wanted in my life to go forward or to speak my truth or to realize some important things about myself. And stories can completely transform you. And even more the stories that they are coming from the heart of the goddess of the spirit, and not from the system, the political system and the patriarchal system, but the stories that they can support you, and the stories that they hold space for you to make your journey and to discover your story.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I like about stories is that they have something for everyone. So if you're in the storytelling circle because you want healing, you find that healing. If what you want is entertainment, it's fine. There's no such thing as a good mission to be in the circle and a bad mission. If you only want to have fun, there's humor in stories and there's entertainment and there's song. If what you want is culture because you're hungry for that deep knowledge that is getting lost in the world today, then stories are also deposits of that ancient wisdom. So you can get culture. It can be a very intellectual satisfaction, and it's fine. So stories have their wonderful way. They're like human beings. They have wonderful ways to give everybody in the circle exactly what they need in that moment.
Yes. Anyway, stories they are giving healing to the people, even if you want to have fun, as you said, or there is always a healing moment for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't wait. So, and what is your message to the world? What would you like to say to the world about maybe peace, or what would you like to say for this period of time that we live?
Yeah. This might not be a fun and entertaining message, but I have to say it because we're going through a tough time. And because both as a sociologist and as a theologian, I'm working with gender equity and I'm working with gender violence, and there's a lot of pain in the world right now in this area. Gender equity has never been a done deal, but now it feels like we're losing progress that has been decades in the making.
Mm.
And I want to say something that I also heard 20 years ago when I started on this journey, that the best thing that we can do is to trust that we're not alone. Because sometimes it's so easy to despair. You listen to news, you read terrible things that are happening, and they're happening every day. And it's so easy to get into that bubble of loneliness and feel like you can just not handle anymore. It's too much to bear for your soul and for your shoulders and for your body and for your heart. And the one message that I have is we are not alone. There are a lot of people out there that are putting their life at risk, that are dedicating their time and their energy and their talent, that are pushing against closed doors. And knowing that we are there is what gives everybody more energy. So I think it's important to not despair, even in these moments when we feel like it's so hard to continue. And it's definitely easier to give up. To remember that we are surrounded by people who are in the same mission, on the same mission, on the same path at the same time. And the best thing that we can do is take advantage of these beautiful moments and these reunions that people like you spend time and energy and love to organize, because this is how we're reminded that we're not alone. And that every single drop that we put in this ocean is a drop that heals the water and makes it cleaner and clearer. And sometimes you need to look around and see that there are other people who are putting drops of love into this ocean. And we would get confidence and we would get comfort. And so this is my message. Nobody is alone in what we're doing. We only need to open our eyes and our ears, and whenever we hear that things are happening, to be there just to comfort ourselves, to see the people who are on this path, and to receive comfort.
To everyone that is watching right now, that is what I meant about Christina. This is the energy of Christina. This is her soul, and thank you, Christina, for this message. And why do you believe people they need to come to this peace celebration?
First of all, I think we need to know each other. It's wonderful to step into this ecosystem. It's very nourishing. It's very comforting, as I said, for people to know that they're not alone and there's an entire resource out there, a resource of people full of love and passion and talent and intelligence who are putting all these resources to make life better for everyone. So why not go to a place that will be such a place of joy and love and healing and dancing? I mean, we never expect things to be as joyful as they are, but it's inevitable. And it's a place of generosity. It's like having a well of clean water when you're on a path that is hard and you're hiking and you're thirsty, and then you have this well of clean water. Why would you not stop to take a sip and to relax and to comfort and to remember how beautiful life is? So it's going to be a great moment by the well to learn from each other and to have great experiences. And even people who are not planning to share anything. Usually you know how it goes. There's so much generosity that we end up learning from everyone, and we end up listening to so many stories from different parts of the world, and we discover great people. And of course, if the people who are attracted by this calling, the people who hear the calling, are also fascinated by the goddess culture, even out of curiosity, I think it's a great place to be, because it's such a big phenomenon in the world, the awakening of goddess, the awakening of the divinity, of the divine in the feminine shape, which is open to everyone of all genders. And this feeling of acceptance and nourishment that the divine feminine gives is quite an interesting phenomenon. So, as I said, even as an intellectual curiosity, it's a great place to be in and a great place of learning. And honestly, it's Athens. I mean, if you need an extra reason, it's the beautiful goddess temple in Athens. What do you? I wouldn't need anything more than that. Just want to be there, you know.
So come. So all of you come. Let me, before we close this amazing meeting, I can talk with you for hours, you know that. I would like to share with the people that this time we decided to celebrate the goddess of peace in the first Greek goddess temple in Athens at Peristeri, because we want to share with you the Greek celebration, how the Greek people celebrate. And we want to share with you, the Greek energy. So come to enjoy the Greek way of celebration and devotion, and how can we be in a circle like a small village. You can visit the official website www.greekgoddesstemple.com, and you will find the bubble where you can read the Greek goddess celebration. You can click on this bubble and you will read everything, and you can find everything about the Greek goddess celebration. Important thing, this time we decided to have tickets for each day, and there are only 20 places each day, 20 tickets for each day, because as I told you, we have this calling to share with you the Greek way, the more humble and more celebrated way, because here in Greece celebration has the name Γιορτή or Panegyri. Is the place where people are gathering all together to share, to dance, to have fun, to pray, and to be in unity. So, among other things, we will have some feta cheese.
So we can experience.
And of course, some modern / ancient Greek sacred drama, and many, many more things with other participants that we will share more videos in the next days. Thank you, Christina, again.
Thank you so much, Pantelis. I'm really looking forward. You know, I'm a big fan of the Greek culture and Greek mythology and Greek history. But more than anything, I'm a big fan of the modern Greek goddess temple. I think it's a fantastic phenomenon, and we all want to be part of that joy and some good Greek food and some good Greek music and great Greek people.
Yeah, thank you, Christina. First of all, thank you for your friendship. I must say that. Thank you for your friendship and for who you are. For me, this is the most important thing. We need people who are faithful to their souls, and they are true, and they are loyal to these important sacred things like unity and spirituality and peace.
Wonderful to have you in my life. So I'm really, really happy to be with you in this. And I'm sure the 20 people that we will have around us every day will be great members of this ecosystem. They will be great drops in this ocean. I'm looking forward to meet all of them.
Me too. So see you there all at May. The goddess celebration take place in Athens again, 8 till 11 of May 2025. I will put all the information for the website and everything in the info of this video. Thank you again, Christina. Love you. Bye.
Wonderful seeing you.